Did you know the Nazis tried to create nuclear bombs in Norway? Here at War Unveiled, we show the exciting details about the scheme as well as more incredible secret facts about World War II as a whole. Our first secret takes us to the remarkable Battle of Castle Itter. In the waning days of the war, an extraordinary alliance formed between American soldiers, German Wehrmacht troops, and French prisoners to defend Castle Itter in German, occupied Austria against the attacking Waffen-SS. This unexpected camaraderie stands as a testament to the complexities of war and the resilience of the human spirit, where former foes united against a common enemy. The battle itself was a gripping struggle, as the defenders faced overwhelming odds. French political prisoners, including former prime ministers, generals, and prominent figures, stood shoulder to shoulder with their American and German counterparts, making this one of the most remarkable episodes of World War II. German Wehrmacht soldiers stationed at Castle Itter chose to defy their orders to abandon the castle and instead decided to defend it alongside the American and French defenders and the high-profile French political prisoners. The defenders of Castle Itter were at their breaking point, facing overwhelming odds and dwindling supplies. Just when it seemed like all hope was lost, a glimmer of hope appeared on the horizon. A unit of the U.S. 12th Armored Division, led by Lieutenant John C. Jack Lee, Jr., launched a daring rescue operation to relieve the defenders and secure the castle. Did you know that the Saarland was the first region Nazi Germany occupied, even before the Rhineland and Austria? The Saarlands was given to Germany in 1935 and was seen as a significant nationalist victory for the Nazi government. It marked the first territorial expansion of Nazi Germany, and it bolstered Adolf Hitler's belief that his aggressive foreign policies would not be met with resistance by other countries. Following Germany's defeat in World War I, the Treaty of Versailles imposed significant restrictions on the country, including territorial losses and reparations. As part of this treaty, the Saarland, which was a coal-rich industrial region, was placed under the administration of the League of Nations in 1920. The Saarland remained under the League of Nations' control for 15 years, during which it was governed by an international commission. In 1935, as stipulated by the Treaty of Versailles, a plebiscite was held to determine whether the population wished to remain under the League of Nations administration, return to Germany, or join France. In a majority vote, around 90% of the Saarland's residents chose to reunite with Germany, and the region was formally returned to German sovereignty. This move was supported by the Nazi regime and widely celebrated in Germany. The Wunderwaffe, or Wonder Weapons, were a secret Nazi research program aimed at developing revolutionary technologies to turn the tide of war. From advanced jet planes to long-range missiles, these experimental weapons held the promise of delivering decisive victories for Germany. Due to the ambitious goals, many of these advanced weapons faced significant challenges in development and deployment, and reflected Germany's desire to gain an edge over the Allies. While some of these technological advancements eventually became influential in shaping the post-war world, others proved too ambitious for their time. Some examples of these Wunderwaffe would be a supergun called the V3. The V3 was a massive multi-chambered gun designed to launch projectiles into space and then have them fall back to Earth over enemy cities. It was intended to be a long-range artillery piece, capable of hitting targets in England from France. However, its development faced significant issues, and the gun never became operational. Another example of a Wunderwaffe was the Maus Super Heavy Tank. The Maus Super Heavy Tank, also known as the Panzerkampfwagen 8 Maus, was an enormous super heavy tank designed to have heavily armored protection and a 128 mm main gun. It was one of the heaviest tanks ever built, but faced numerous technical challenges, and only a prototype was completed before the war ended. Amidst the chaos of war, a unique and vital communication network emerged, the Navajo Code Talkers. Native American soldiers, predominantly Navajo, utilized their native language to create an unbreakable code, allowing secure military communications and contributing significantly to Allied victories. The Navajo language, with its complex syntax and unwritten nature, baffled enemy code breakers. The Code Talkers' invaluable contributions in transmitting sensitive information played a vital role in the Pacific Theater and helped the Allies secure key victories. The Navajo code talkers exemplify how cultural knowledge and linguistic diversity can become invaluable assets in times of conflict. The Navajo language, once marginalized, became a force for good, and their legacy remains a source of pride for their people. Now, let's delve into the secret intelligence operation that changed the course of history, the Venona Project. The project, initiated during World War II and continued during the early Cold War years, aimed to decrypt Soviet intelligence messages. Hidden away in dimly lit rooms, an elite team of codebreakers toiled tirelessly to unravel the complex cryptographic puzzles embedded in the intercepted Soviet messages. The work was painstaking and required remarkable perseverance, but the rewards were immeasurable. As the ciphered texts yielded their secrets, the true extent of Soviet espionage became shockingly apparent. The Venona Project revealed a vast network of Soviet spies operating within the United States, some of whom held high-ranking positions within the government and the military. These revelations sent shockwaves through the American establishment, forcing them to reevaluate their understanding of the Soviet threat. The painstaking efforts of Venona Project analysts eventually led to the decryption of thousands of Soviet messages. These decoded messages exposed the extent of Soviet espionage within the Manhattan Project, providing the United States with vital insights into Soviet nuclear ambitions. However, the success of the Venona Project came at a cost. The secrecy surrounding the operation meant that its findings remained classified for many years, limiting their immediate impact on public knowledge and historical understanding. It wasn't until decades later that the declassification of Venona materials shed light on its significant contributions to the intelligence community and the broader historical context. The sabotage of the heavy water production facility at Vemork, Norway, is one of the most remarkable and daring operations of World War II. It played a crucial role in impeding the Nazi German efforts to develop nuclear weapons. During the early years of the war, German scientists recognized the potential of nuclear fission and sought to harness the power of the atom for military purposes. Heavy water, a rare and valuable form of water enriched with the hydrogen isotope deuterium, was a critical component in the process of producing plutonium, a key element in nuclear fission reactions. The Vemork plant, located in the remote Norwegian countryside, was one of the few facilities in the world capable of producing heavy water on a significant scale. The Germans, led by the physicist Werner Heisenberg, had seized control of the plant in late 1940, realizing its strategic importance to their nuclear ambitions. Concerned about the potential of a Nazi nuclear weapon, the Allies recognized the urgency of the situation. In 1942, the British Special Operations Executive, SOE, and the Norwegian resistance launched a daring plan to disrupt heavy water production at Vemork. The operation, codenamed Operation Gunnerside, involved a team of Norwegian commandos led by Joachim Ronneberg and his second-in-command, Knut Haukelid. On the night of February 27, 1943, the team skied through harsh winter conditions and infiltrated the heavily guarded Vemork plant. They encountered numerous challenges, including cutting through barbed wire fences and disabling the guards, but their training and determination allowed them to overcome each obstacle. Once inside the plant, they planted explosives to destroy the heavy water production equipment. In a remarkable stroke of bravery and precision, the commandos successfully detonated the charges and inflicted severe damage to the facility without causing a catastrophic explosion that could have released heavy water and alerted the Germans. The operation was a resounding success. Although the Germans managed to repair the plant and resume production, the Allied bombing campaign, known as Operation Crossbow, targeted the heavy water facilities, hampering the Germans' efforts further. This was actually the first video on this channel, and it would be great if you subscribed and liked. It only takes 2 clicks to do. Anyways, I hope you have a great day, and sayonara.